Lemmay gets this buff versus like round 2 PR players, personally speaking from experience, where he goes crazy on them. So we'll see if this is one of these occasions. I didn't get to see what stage they're starting on, but of course rocking the Olimar and the Snake. And getting right into small battlefield.
Xylus, which one am I? 3?
Alright, getting some damage with that down there. Just kind of feeling each other out in neutral.
Quits. Oh, I got it. There we go.
Ice Knight having mic trouble.
Yeah.
But pretty close to start. Lemmay is actually someone that I think uses Snake normals really well. He's someone that I think he kind of is trying to craft to that Apollo Kage playstyle where he knows when to go in with those normals, when to switch up with the grenades or specials. And it's going to be interesting to see how Kirby deals with that.
I was actually just going to say, but you mentioned Apollo Kage. Typically, the higher level to top level snakes are actually really good at not setting up like a grenade zone, but they actually know how to kind of scrap with Snake. They know how to use his normals really well.
Exactly.
As we're seeing there.
Grab, see what the tech chase is. Gets the dash attack, putting him in a fortunate spot. He's opting to go for
I agree with this. Oh, never mind. I thought that would be a lot faster.
Turned on that turbo and he was out. Pretty even now. This first stock's going to be pretty crucial because I feel like both these characters can snowball with the lead really well.
Oh, yeah.
But it just depends who's going to be able to find that finishing blow.
Yeah. And both of these characters have a very similar strategy where typically the counterplay to them setting up their minefield, where Olimar and his Pikmin and Snake and his grenades, you just run through it. You typically run through the whole thing and just hit the other person. But both of these characters are kind of slow, so they can't really do it to each other. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how either they're going to outzone each other or they're going to find ways to scrap and get in really close. Because both these characters have pretty terrible disadvantages.
Agreed. Kirby's doing a really good job of like throwing out, chasing with that downer, but throwing out like these like max distance forward smashes where Lemmay thinks he's safe and evening it up right there. But Lemmay thinks he's safe and then getting put back in that bad situation. So it'll be interesting to see how Lemmay kind of responds to that.
I agree. Yeah, right now we're seeing this little zone.
More of a grenade.
Little war going on. Yeah. Actually, killed 2 Pikmin there.
I love that.
That damage was honestly worth it, just to kill those 2 Pikmin.
I'll always give the advice, if you could kill all Olimar's purples, do it.
Yeah.
Because that's when he just becomes so much less scary as a zoner.
Exactly. Especially since the purples, like when you throw them, they have a hitbox. Like they actually like knock you back. So it functions like a normal projectile. Typically when Pikmin are on you, you can still close space. So it's still not like, it sucks taking the damage, but you can still at least put damage on him too. Or put Olimar in a bad spot. But when he's got purples and he's throwing them at you, you're not really making any progress. You're just taking damage.
Right now it feels like Kirby's, almost
it was a white Pikmin.
But it feels like Kirby's getting a little bit more control over this, like, the rhythm of this set. It just seems like he feels a little bit more comfortable, whereas Lemmay seems to be forcing a lot of burst options out of corner, forcing a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And Kirby's kind of taking advantage of that and throwing those Pikmin on him.
I think it's also partly because he's got 2 purples.
Yeah.
So I think Lemmay is definitely playing a little more scared. Oh, there he goes. He kills the purples. He finally gets a chance to do it.
Nice.
But yeah, Olimar when he's got 1 purple is scary enough, but when Olimar has 2 purples and a complementary Pikmin, that like obviously it's matchup dependent. Some characters it's like blue or like percents. But when he's got 2 purples, it's very scary to deal with.
Yeah. I liked how Kirby was playing the corner there where,
oh god.
Where he was kind of not really succumbing to that grenade pressure, but just playing a lot more comfortably with his Pikmin management and not forcing anything out of that corner.
Yeah. Okay, kills the red Pikmin. Okay. Wait, that almost killed. Yeah. I think that was a little bit bad DI.
Not getting the behind DI on that. But now it's really crucial for Lemmay to take a stock here, while not taking too much more damage.
Yeah, he needs something, an up tilt, a forward tilt at the ledge, a down throw, and Nikita. Even dash attack will do it, but he actually needs to find something now. Otherwise, like this damage is not good to have. As we were saying earlier, both of these characters snowball really hard, but they both are really good at holding leads. 91% honestly isn't too much for Snake, but Snake needs to find the right hits, and that's actually pretty hard. It's actually pretty hard for Snake to find the right hits against characters that can read his zone against Snake.
Stuff up. Something Snake does do really well, though, is rack up that damage. As soon as he does find that first hit, I always expect to take 40 to 50% more, just like that.
Yeah, there's an easy 40, just like you were saying. Oh, no grab.
Kirby scouting out that jump, Lemmay not quite giving to him.
One thing, at least for Kirby, and I guess it's Olimar too, but when Olimar's in the corner, you need to hold space rather than committing.
Exactly.
Because Olimar's corner game isn't very good, and Kirby doesn't exactly do the best job of masking it. Not to his fault, because the character kind of just sucks at it, but if he's in the corner, you're typically expecting a roll, a spot dodge, or a jump in like swing.
Oh,
yeah.
In the move stun, not quite doing it, but
honestly,
that was surprising he had that much time to run
I think up tilt might kill. He's effectively at 90. Okay, now he's at like, up tilt will kill.
Oh, trying to chase.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
okay, I lied. Chronic liar.
Lying live on comms. But it's definitely a scary situation. I think Snake actually has the control of the pressure here, because Olimar's going to have to find the straight hit, whereas a lot of options from Snake will kill here.
What?
Finding that straight hit and taking a very close game 1.
I thought that was Snake dash attack that connected.
I thought so too. Something I think Lemmay committed to at the end of that game, which I would love to see going into the second game, is aerialing past the ledge. I think those first 2 stocks he was trying to set up a lot with like the up smash, the Nikita, the grenades. But Snake has a very long-lasting, strong back air, which I would love to see him try to exploit that Olimar recovery a little bit more.
So there was a situation where it's how he kind of got that up tilt that almost killed, but he used up smash to frame trap air dodge, and then he back aired, and then he caught a disadvantage like swing into up tilt. But because he used the back air there, his back air is like you said, really long-lasting, and it's typically Snake's best like actual anti-air, like if you're not counting like I guess up tilt. But because it lingers so much, it's a very good move to catch disadvantage off, especially frame trapping.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think back air is going to be a really good tool against Olimar with a really bad disadvantage.
Going into Hollow Bash in this game too. Snake's definitely getting the jab reset there.
That's a lot of damage.
Not quite getting the follow-up. I think that's a little bit of Olimar knowledge from Lemmay previously making him knowing not to fall for that setup.
Yeah.
But I know Snakes do love this mono-platform setup. Not too sure how Olimar's like it too much, but we'll see how Lemmay uses it to his advantage on this counter pick.
Yeah, I think Olimar doesn't like Smashville, but I'd imagine it's matchup dependent, because to be honest with you, there's a lot of ways you can play Olimar.
Ooh, I love that grab. Just kind of breaking through that zone, not fearing the grenade. Yeah. Like you mentioned, like sometimes you just got to run past it. Sometimes that's an answer instead of trying to play defense against
Another thing is, you have to treat grenade kind of like an air dodge in disadvantage, but it's an air dodge with a hitbox. So typically, when Snake has grenade in his hand, he has to either land or throw the grenade while in the air. So typically, Snakes will opt to land. Also, when Snake has a grenade in his hand, he has 1 frame of end lag, or ending lag, like as he's landing. So there's actually, it's not like you are landing empty. You can actually, if you're very tight with it and you anticipate Snake landing in a spot, you can almost always catch him as he's landing.
I love how the Pikmin tossed at the grenades will just grab the grenade and essentially suicide. I think it's just, they know it.
I didn't even realize that, yeah. Kamikaze Pikmin.
Yeah, but Kirby just dominating the pace of the second match. I think something that he's caught on to a lot more is he knows Snake feels uncomfortable in this corner, and Snake finding the up tilt, but he knows Snake feels uncomfortable in the corner and like going for these grabs, going for these forward A's, and like breaking that zone instead of respecting the zone.
Yeah. Lemmay starting to use grenades to approach now, rather than using grenades to break space.
Just leaving that back air not at the best angle. Let's see how Kirby tries to use that. Ooh, down smash for big shield damage. And the grenade saving him, correcting that angle. But still, with no jump here, it's just up to...
Oh, he hit the Cypher.
Yeah.
And it didn't break.
And this is where, as Snake, I think you just got to think, I'll take any chip damage I could get. I know I'm going to die here, but if I get 50, 60%, it'll be much more easy for me to...
You need him in up tilt percent. Ooh. Okay.
I like that down tilt. That down tilt's actually
that down tilt's
move.
insane. Yeah, that like low-key is like a top maybe 3 down tilt in the game. Insane range. It's really safe, and it's sends at a good angle too. Maybe not for combos, but for frame traps. Goes high. Really good recovery.
Getting the grab on that neutral get up. I think So Kirby's done a really good job of scouting out that neutral getup to where it might be something that when Lemmay's looking back at this, what options can I change up in place of that neutral getup?
I know it's kind of hard for Snake to jump getup because, you know, not the best aerial mobility. Yeah. But roll getup is, his roll getup is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
It goes pretty far. So maybe start using that. And honestly, Kirby had a pretty big lead, but Snake kind of pulled the Snake moment, and the game is even
finding
now.
the up tilt, but like I mentioned, I think Lemmay did a really good job of like, okay, I'm not going to force any big combos. I'm just going to get this chip damage and try to make it even for Skokie, which he's done here.
One thing on Cyber's end, or sorry, not Cyber, kirby509, is that most of the stocks that he's losing are just a raw up tilt. So I think he needs to start thinking about, all right, kill percent, what's the move that I can't get hit by? It's up tilt. Do not get hit by up tilt. That means do not approach Snake from this vertical range ever.
Yeah. Requires a lot of discipline on that end. And also just being comfortable with just holding that defensive, not really trying to force an answer in the close button range.
I agree. Good dash attack. As we were talking about, going right through the minefield of Pikmin. Stuck him! Blow it up.
Still on him.
Yeah, he's trying to make it kind of,
looking for the shield damage there. But Kirby with a very favorable lineup right now.
This could be the game right here. Not the best spot to be in. Okay, gets out of the air.
I like that special movement. Just trying to stay tricky. But what's really important right now is you want to find a way to, one, defuse the setup. Missing the tech. One, defuse the setup and find a way to actually get the hit. But Kirby closing it out there, getting good. He's really solid with those downers off stage.
Yeah. Again, Snake, you know, not the best recovery, but he knows what moves. Wait, I'm having kind of trouble right now. Maz.
But good set. I think there's a lot that Lemmay did right. Something that I'd love to see for a future time is try to not force your way out the corner too much. I think that's something that Kirby definitely capitalized on.
I agree. I think also just, I think he wasn't disciplined enough. Too much Pikmin damage, and when he was taking Pikmin damage, he wasn't